I have some beef with it. This is book 9 of Fablehaven. Technically, it's book 4 of Dragonwatch, but Dragonwatch is just like sequel Fablehaven, so I was excited to read this book, but it just disappointed me. So one of the main characters in this series is named Seth, and way back in the end of book 7, Seth valiantly sacrificed all of his memories in order to help save the day. And of course, subsequently he was captured by the evil overlord and taken to be trained in the ways of the Sith. That was a really interesting plotline that I was incredibly devoted to. And then over the course of book 3, Seth broke out from the clutches of the evil villain and he realized, hey, that's the evil villain and not my master. And he went on his own quest to get back his memories. And throughout the quest, people kept telling him, hey, finding your memories is going to be way too hard and way too dangerous to get them back, so just go and make new memories. This was also my vote, because one of the things about this series is that throughout the series, honestly, there hasn't been that much character development. And I saw Seth losing his memories as this humongous chance for him to have radical character development. Seth was going to change because now he didn't know what he liked at all. He could have really rethunk how he thought about life. Unfortunately, that did not happen. In this book, Seth successfully recovered his memories, and when he got them back, he was the same person as when he lost them. The same person. No character development at all. You know, there was a little bit of change though, because when he got back his memories, he felt even more guilty for serving the evil overlord for that hot second. But this was also a realization that he came to in a previous book. This is what really annoys me, is that there seemed to be so much potential here for such rich character growth. And it was squandered and wasted. My least favorite part of the book was when this little demon was talking to Seth, and he was like, Seth, the reason you haven't had any character development even when you lost your memories is because you're one of those special snowflakes whose inner core identity is so strong that even when they lose their memories, they're still the same person. But what? In my heart, stories are all about change, and this one had such a rich opportunity to create some nice change in their characters, and instead they took it for a "you're so great" character moment, and then it didn't even feel real because it was like, well, whatever. He still wants his memories back. And he got them. Ta-da. Is this where I wanted him in the end? Wallowing in sadness because of the decisions he had made in ignorance? No, because I don't really think that's going to change his decisions, because he already wallowed in sadness, and it did not change him. It did not change how he acts, because he still makes reckless choices all the time, and then regrets them later. And that's just part of his character. I mean, who knows, maybe his newfound regret will change him in some way, but I kind of doubt it, because he's just off on a new quest now, and I don't think this is going to play out any different from his previous quest. Hello? If you don't like this book so much, why are you even reading this series? Because I like it? You've been just complaining about it for like 10 minutes. Yeah, I know. I don't really know why I like these books. I think a major component of it is nostalgia, because I read the Fablehaven series when I was a kid and I loved it. And now, revisiting it, it just feels like that old love. So, are you gonna read the next one? Absolutely. Well, maybe. Yes? No? It's like when I was reading these as a kid, I loved them to pieces, but now that I'm reading them, they seem kind of boring. Boring? Well, no. Yes, they are intellectually boring, but at the same time, they're page-turners. I love these plot lines that every little thing leads to a new sub-quest and they're always having to complete a new mission. Like, it's exciting, but also boring because I don't actually care about if they win. So, yeah, I'll probably read the next one. Weren't you just saying that you can't keep reading all of the... Yes, this one doesn't count. Well, it does, but it doesn't count because it's fast. I'll just knock it out in a day anyway. right? So it'll fit. There's just a lot of dangling plot threads right now, and I have to see how it ends, okay? Because even though I don't really care about the characters that much, I still want to know if Seth completes this new quest. I still want to know if maybe he has been changed by getting his memories back somehow. Even though, in my mind, I say these books aren't that good and I should just give up, in my heart, I say, I want to know what happens to Seth, my baby. Yeah, the other main character, Kendra, I don't really care about her, so we're not going to discuss her much. But we can discuss the other side characters, because there are a lot, and I don't really care about any of them, and I wish that just at least half of them would just be gone from the narrative. Part of the quest team, and these are named people who've been part of the quest team in Fablehaven since like book 2? Long time ago. Which is Vanessa, Warren, and Tanu. What even are their personalities? Like, I know that they had more personalities in Fablehaven, or at least that was my impression of it when I was a kid. But now I can't even tell. They all kind of talk the same and act the same. They're all kind of mildly snarky, but not that much. And then in the end, when like Vanessa got badly injured, it was like, oh, I guess that's happened. And like, they're not real people. They're just like quest member number 4. Okay, you know who was actually quest member 4? The Hamadryad. What's her face? What is her name? Cilia. So Cilia the Hamadryad was introduced as, hey, another member for the quest team. And then she was there and she had maybe a total of 5 lines and then she died. You know what? You could take out Cilia the Hamadryad and this book would only improve. Like, what was her purpose? Just to show that the bad guy was dangerous? You know who you could have killed off? One of the other quest team members so they wouldn't be there in the future. Just saying. But the most useless and annoying new characters in the Dragonwatch series is the addition of the 2 new point of view characters. Okay, we already have Seth and Kendra. That's enough for these books. They also added their cousins, Nox and Tess. Both Nox and Tess are annoying. I don't care about them. And they just slow the story down. When Seth and Kendra in the Fablehaven series were insisting that like, hey, we should be part of the quest team because we can help, me as a kid was like, yeah, you go! And even now looking back on it, it's like, yeah, you go! Because they did like legitimately help and have slowly growing superpowers throughout the series, so it worked. But when Nox and Tess are like, we want to be part of the quest team! And then the adults are like, yeah, I guess you might be helpful. It's like, what? These are kids! Unexperienced. Maybe they could be helpful in an extreme emergency situation, but like, why are you bringing them into that? I wish we had just gotten more Seth chapters and maybe he could have gotten some development. Or maybe we could have gotten to know the other side characters better. This was not the time to add more characters. This was the time to develop. Okay, quick side point. I just remembered one thing I care about with Kendra. Kendra has a love interest who is an immortal unicorn boy. And then in these books, Kendra is considering maybe pursuing immortality so she can be with him. And it would also make it less weird if she was also immortal, because right now the age difference is like literally millennia. So if she was immortal, that would eventually kind of get closed. It would take a while. Anyway, so I wouldn't want her to be with him unless she was immortal. So I am interested if Kendra decided to be immortal, because that's a big decision. And it would also progress the love plot. I guess they also do need a new immortal, because the other one, the Sphinx guy, who they trusted to be immortal, is now doing evil deeds again. They should really kick him out of that spot and put Kendra in instead. I think I've predicted the end of these books now. I guess I have to read book 5 to see if I'm right. Oops.